Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a review of the Coraline Eyeshadow Palette. So there is a Coraline Eyeshadow Palette that I found at Box Lunch. I saw it online and I went to Box Lunch twice trying to find it, and the second time they had some in stock. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Coraline Eyeshadow Palette from Box Lunch. It is a cruelty-free palette with 12 eyeshadows in it. It is a really cool, fun color scheme, a little bit different than normal. So today we're going to be testing out this. We're going to do full swatches of the palette. We're going to try a whole bunch of colors on my eyes and tell you the quality of the palette, tell you if it's worth picking up. And if you guys want more, like, I guess this is kind of like a Halloween themed palette. If you want more palette reviews like this, please let me know. I'll be happy to do it because Halloween is my favorite thing. And let's go ahead and get into the review. Alright, hello, let's go ahead and get started with the Coraline palette, which took me forever to find, but I finally have it. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and swatch these first so I guess I can know which kind of colors I want to try out on my eyes. This look is going to be a mess. I'm sure you saw in the intro. I don't know how it looks yet. I haven't done it yet. But I want to put so many colors in my eyes. I just want to see how these perform. Maybe some will disappear. Maybe some will stick better than others. I just want to try a bunch of colors. So it might end up a mess, but at least we'll know the quality of the shadows. So let's go ahead and give some swatches of these shades. These swatches might be messed up because I am left-handed, but my right arm is too tattooed to do this too, so I'm going to do it with my opposite hand. So here are the swatches. They're not as like bright as I kind of wanted them to be. They're all very muted, even though this is a very muted palette. Like, at least these colors in the neon should be bright, but they're kind of not. But they also don't swatch out too patchy or too bad at all. Like, the color is still there, the pigment's showing up. They're just not like in your face, wow, full of color. So let's go ahead and get started trying out this palette. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So I know for like the inner lid area, I want to do one of the bright greens. And then of course I want to do like blue on the outer corner and then darken it up with some of the darker shades, especially like this shade. On like the very outer corner. So let's go ahead and start off with this Sigma E45, which is like a tapered blending pointed brush. Let's put something over the crease before we put, like, you know, the green on the lid. So I guess I'm gonna take, I don't know, because this pink palette shade, which is like a silver, did not really swatch out that well, so I don't know if I'm gonna use that one or not. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Musca's, which is this one, which is kind of a taupe, and I'm gonna buff that over the inner crease area. I just don't want this to get too muddy on the inner area when we're going to put a bright thing on the lid. This probably won't show up at all because it is very similar to my skin tone and it's very powdery, but at least it'll set our primer. Now that looks like it did absolutely nothing, let's take Buttons, which is this pretty blue right here, and I'm going to buff that with the Sigma E38 brush over the rest of the crease, just avoiding the inner portion. So this shows up pretty decently pigmented, and then when you start blending it out, it starts to get a lot more gray, and I think if I add too many colors, this color is going to disappear on me. But we'll see, because I am going to add a lot more colors to it. Like, it was pretty pigmented at first, but it's like dissipating as we blend, not just blending out like it's going away. So next color I want to do is Weeby, which is this color right here. I'm just going to add this on top and kind of build the blues on the outer corner. And this color is not performing very well at all. And I picked it up pretty heavily with a brush. Like, it's just not anything. Like, it's definitely darkening up the color, but it's not like adding a lot of depth considering how bright and pigmented this is supposed to look in the pan. It's not my favorite shadow ever. And the other color is going away underneath. Great. I'm going back into Musca's, which was that taupe shade that didn't make any difference, and I'm just going to blend underneath my eyebrow. I went into that dark blue shade 5 times on both sides, like packing it in, and it did not really do anything other than make it like slightly more navy and disappear the other blue underneath. I am very unhappy with how this is looking so far, but we'll see. Like, I want to cut out the crease and then put one of these like bright colors on the lid, but I kind of wish one of them was a shimmer since they're very similar colors. It would be great if I could use one for a crease color because it's matte and then one for like the lid, but they're very similar and neither of them are shimmers, so it's kind of disappointing. We'll see. Still gonna put it on the lid though. I'm now taking a little bit of concealer to carve it out. We're just going to carve out a little bit of lid space to put this like lime color down. I'm also filming this during a hurricane. I guess the hurricane's not technically here yet. I thought it was going to be here today. I know they're closing the bridges in a couple hours for here. But we're just now starting to get the wind. But like, we've been waiting for this hurricane for like a week. We've already eaten our first round of snacks, our hurricane snacks. And we had to go get more last night. Like, we'll see. We're going to have mandatory evacuations though. But we're going to ride it out. I'm on the 2nd floor, so hopefully it'll be okay. I'm just worried about my car getting flooded if it rains too bad. I've already lost one car to Hurricane Matthew like 2 years ago, and I'm not trying to lose another one to flooding. But I don't really know where I could put my car, so hopefully it'll be okay. Now that we have a little bit of lid space carved out, I'm going to take Dragonfly mixed with Raincoat. We're going to mix both of these like lime colors together, and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of the lid. Also, I know I sound nasally and I probably don't seem like in the best mood today. I'm just feeling like really congested. I have this weird thing where I hate sleeping with like the air conditioning on because it blasts my face and makes my throat hurt. Makes me feel like crap when I wake up. But it's just been really hot, so I've had to sleep with air conditioning on. And it just makes me feel like bleh when I wake up. And I've been awake for a couple hours. Like, I've already listened to my podcast. I've already watched Bailey Sarian's video from the other day. It's just like, I can't get over it yet. I don't really feel like this has the good impact it should for being lime on top of straight up concealer that's gotten a little tacky. Like, it should be popping right now. These are just kind of dull and lifeless colors, unfortunately. But for the other portion of the lid space, I want to make like something pop in here. So I'm going to take one key, which is the brightest like blue other than this one. Let's take this one, because this one's swatched pretty well. We'll take this shade, which is Explorer. It's the softest and it's swatched the prettiest. And it picks up really well on the brush, so I'm going to put this on the other portion of the lid. I just want something to be pigmented in this look because it's just not working out very well at all. This color actually performs really well. Like, it's blending really evenly. I mean, I'm getting some fallout under my eye, but it's blending really evenly. It's applying nicely. It's extremely soft, picks up on the brush well. This shade is by far my favorite we've used. And it's really pretty. Now to try to save this like weird crease fadery we have going on, I'm going to take Stay Forever, which is the navy. Just to keep with the blue theme. I'm going to pack it on and just kind of buff it over the entire crease. Even in that taupe shade, I said I wasn't going to add blue there. Just got to help blend this together somehow, hopefully. We can save this look somehow. The cut crease is not going to be very cut anymore because I'm doing this. But this look does not look great. So we're going to try to save it somehow, and this might make it worse. Who knows? I'm going to take Board, which is the white, and help blend underneath the brow bone. This white shade is actually pretty decent for helping blend. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take Buttons, which is this pretty bright blue. I'm just going to buff it under the lower lash line with the E55 brush. It totally disappeared on the top lid, but I'm hoping by just putting this on its own on the bottom lid and packing it on with a shader brush, it'll stay. Alright, so this is the best I can do with this eyeshadow. I might add some glitter eyeliner to try to make the crease look a little prettier or something, but this is it for the eyeshadowy part. So I'm going to finish up my face and I'll be right back to show its finished look. Alright guys, so this is my finished look using the Coraline palettes. I also added the e.l.f. and J. Kissa eyeliner to my waterline, a little bit of Stila Glitter and Glow to add a little bit of glitter and brightness to the look, and the Daddy liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Manny MUA. So, this is look. I actually think the look is very dull on my eyes compared to what I really wanted from this palette, and the performance of the shadows was not my favorite ever. Like, the palette is like a 4 out of 10 for me quality wise. Since it's a palette review, I'm gonna say it's a 4 out of 10. Aesthetic wise, it's a 7 out of 10 because it's really cute. I just wish there was like maybe a lime shimmer in here and maybe like a pitch black instead of this shimmery gray. So 7 out of 10 aesthetics for the palette, 4 out of 10 quality for the palette. Like, I love the theme of it though. It's so cute, and it's like a little display piece. I could put it on like a background if it wasn't such bad quality. But for like a fun gift or something, I think it's a cute palette. My look overall though, I really like. I kind of like this, like, it's kind of like a grungy moment because I always call the Daddy liquid lipstick like a colt brown kind of color. I don't know why I think of that. I just think it's like a colt brown kind of color. but I also kind of like the grunginess with the brightness on the eyes. I don't know, I think it's kind of a cute moment. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry this palette quality wasn't my favorite, but you obviously can make it work to get a pretty good look out of it. Like, this is not a bad eye look. It's just, it took a lot of work to make it look decent. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you here. It's free. I put up videos all the time on cruelty-free makeup, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.